Since their inclusion in Generation 2, shiny Pokemon have become a staple of the series. People will often spend hours searching for these differently colored Pokemon. However, sometimes these shiny hunters' efforts are met with somewhat disappointing results. A lot of Pokemon have shiny forms that look way too similar to the original, or just look plain ugly. Today I'm here to fix these shiny forms. So this is my first video since returning back to YouTube, so please leave suggestions in the comments on how I can improve my content in the future. But with all the self-promo and intro out of the way, let's get on to fixing some of these bad shiny forms. Start off with perhaps the most famous example of shinies being way too similar to the original forms, Garchomp. For this one, I originally was just going to do Garchomp, and then I decided to do the rest of the Garchomp-Gible evolutionary line. I started by giving Garchomp's Gible's body color. I made all of his spikes and his teeth, for some reason, gold. Then I took the blue that's normally on Gible's ear, and I added it onto the head and lower torso area of Garchomp. I acknowledge this one isn't amazing, but would you really rather have what the original was?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Moving backwards onto Gabite, I did pretty much the same thing that I did with Garchomp, making some parts of its body yellow and leaving the rest as Gabite's color. Finally, on Gabite, since for the other two evolutions I was using Gabite's colors, I decided that just making it yellow wouldn't be enough, so I made its tongue blue. And then, you probably saw this in the pictures, but I went back and changed all of the, well, I guess Garchomp only because he's the only one that has his tongue visible, their tongue blue. Why? I don't know. I thought it looked cool. No shiny really makes sense. And I think Game Freak has proved that. Look at Weavile. Why is it gold and pink? There's no reason for this. Next is Ursaring. The website that I was using to get these bad shiny forms from literally says it's more like a sour gummy bear than it should. Which, I mean, fair point. So to make this shiny more like a bear rather than a gummy one, I decided to just make it a black bear, which I know is kind of cliche, or I've seen other people do this and they've also chose a black bear or a polar bear. But I mean, if it's cliche and it makes sense, it's okay to be cliche because it makes sense. I'm being really repetitive, aren't I? Also, pretty much every existing black shiny looks good. I mean, Charizard, Haxorus, Rayquaza, whatever. I know there's, Greninja. Those all look good. Those are everyone's favorite shinies. So, and I mean, Ursaring's a great Pokemon. I think it should get the black shiny treatment. Its evolution, Ursaring had a better shiny. We actually didn't need any changing, but I'm doing Ursaring, so I'm going to do the whole evolutionary line. Started off changing Ursaluna's brown into a black, similar to Ursaring's. I then turned the ashy fur parts into a white, resembling that of a polar bear, kind of incorporating the other idea that I had for Ursaring. And honestly, I didn't know how it would look at first, but I actually kind of liked it. Now for Tediursa, at first I just wanted to leave this thing green because this Pokemon does not deserve anything nice in its life. Short, Tediursa doesn't deserve anything better than a green shiny, but for this video I'll give it one. After that hour-long rant about shiny Tediursa, I'm here to tell you the exact same thing that I did for the other evolutions. I just made it black. That's it, pretty much. Ending the video off, we have another famous example, the Ghastly line, specifically Gengar. So I know that most people who have tried to change Gengar in Ghastly and Haunter's shiny has made it all white, like Mega Gengar's shiny is, but I'm gonna change it. Well, I think the white does look nice. I feel like it isn't the potential of a shiny Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. You see this reddish maroon color on the bottom of Mega Gengar's like body. This is a good ass shade of red, and I think it deserves more recognition. I don't think I even knew what regular Mega Gengar looked like, because in practically every form of media, the shiny form is used for some reason. So there's not really much to say about these shinies other than the color, the red, that I chose from Mega Gengar. Okay, that's all I'm doing for this video, and like I said, leave a suggestion in the comments on how I can improve or ideas for videos. Thanks. Looks more like a sour gummy bear than it should. So to make this a shiny that better represents a bear, I'm going to... What am I going to do? It's more like a Sally... It's more like a...